Here with Chuck Weber, the Heartlanders getting set to go. Wednesday night hockey, continuing the homestand here against the Kalamazoo Wings. Chuck, Heartlanders looking to find a win tonight here on a Wednesday. How's the first few days of practice been this week?
It's been good. The guys have had good attention to detail. It's been good energy. We talked about building on the process of Saturday night. We didn't love our game Friday, even though it was 2-1 with an empty netter to make it 3-1. But Saturday we really liked our game. We worked, we buzzed. The Bloomington had a say in it, and their goalie played well. And unfortunately, we came on the wrong end of a same score.
Heartlanders, 3-1 loss back on the Saturday game. Third period in particular really picked it up. At that time it was 3-0. Max Patterson got a shorthanded goal. Puck off a post or two and a couple really good saves for their goalie. Beyond the third period, which obviously went pretty well, what did you like about the first two periods that stood out?
Well, I thought we were better on the forecheck. I thought we got more skin, we got more contact, we got more pucks and bodies to the net. We talked about increasing our volume. I think Friday night it was something in the neighborhood of 50 shots to 30 attempts for Bloomington, and we flipped the script on Saturday. I think we had 57 attempts and they had like 32. We did a better job in those situations. We just got to continue to play the same way and keep digging for those results.
Max Patterson, he's got 3 goals, 2 against Kalamazoo, and then the 1 against Fort Wayne, a couple shorthanded goals as well this year. Besides the fact that he scored on the penalty kill, how does having a guy that's his size and his ability factor in defensively on the PK?
Well, just his reach. He's been pretty good on draws, and then his ability to reach and his IQ. He's a guy that spends a lot of time watching film and does a good job of kind of reading some of the cues and stuff like that we give him that our opposing power play tries to do. And so he's kind of worked his way into that top 4 of the rotation there. He's doing a good job around the net front. He's tough to move, so he's going to get some time on the power play as well. He was a guy Saturday that was really going. So we actually moved, when we juggled lines around, we put him on our top line on the wing and created opportunities. So as a young player, that's all you can ask for. You continue to see that growth.
You've been around this game a while, not your first time juggling lines and trying to mix things up. What's, besides just this season, throughout 20 plus years as a coach, been your mentality of the right time to do it versus letting guys have a little bit more runway before you decide to make some shuffling around?
Well, a little bit. Are they creating chances or not creating chances? Are they being irresponsible with the puck? Are they doing a decent job defensively? And sometimes it just starts to run its course. And that's where we got to about in the second period on Saturday. I liked our energy. I liked some of the things we're doing, but it just wasn't clicking. So that's where I kind of made the decision to juggle some things. We had a player take a bad penalty, so I had to keep them accountable and move him down to the 4th line and cut back on his minutes. A little short-term pain, hopefully for long-term gain that way. And I want the guys to realize that no one is above accountability. So we had a couple guys that weren't going, so they got moved down the lineup. A couple guys that were and got moved up.
Kalamazoo comes in. They're trying for their first win in a few weeks as well. They have 3 wins on the year. It's kind of like the opposite of maybe like Bloomington, where Bloomington's special teams was really going. Kalamazoo kind of trying to find special teams success early on. Heartlanders have a shorthanded goal against them this year, kind of speaking to where they're trying to improve. So give us the rundown on Kalamazoo and what you've seen besides just my little 20-second summary of them.
They're a team that works hard. They're a team that has a lot of pride. We played well in the first game in their building. I think we won 4-1 or something like that, or 5-1. Then they came back, and it was a game that we were able to get a lead late on a power play goal, and then they scored with the goalie pulled, and unfortunately won in overtime. We understand, especially these division games, that you're playing the Kalamazoos and the Cincinnatis and those big 4-point games. We got to start making some hay with those, because we don't want to get to March and go, geez, that game in November, if we were just a little more dialed in. We've given away a couple points so far this year, but again, for me, it's the process and continuing to play better hockey.
Chuck, thanks again for a few minutes. We appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, that's Chuck Weber. Back next for Puck Drop, Heartlanders and the Kalamazoo Wings.